In this conversation, we're going to be looking at how she transitioned from being a stay-at-home mom to owning this massive cake and photography studio, one of the biggest in Uyo and South, I must say. And this conversation is just going to be a chilled one to know her background story and how she made the transition to who she is right now. Do stay tuned.
Welcome to Voices with Victoria. This show aims to empower individuals across Africa by providing valuable insights, knowledge, and perspective on various topics. Through enlightening conversations with industry experts, thought leaders, and change makers, Victoria Ndu seeks to foster personal and professional growth, ignite innovation, and drive positive change in Africa. In this first season, we will be looking at the voices of resilience, navigating the pressures of young African life. This season is dedicated to showcasing the inspiring journeys and experiences of young people as they navigate the unique challenges and pressures of being a young person in Africa. How do they rise above doubts, pressures, failures, and everything in between? Join me on this journey. Voices with Victoria.
Hello everybody and welcome to another exciting episode of Voices with Victoria Ndu. I am super excited today to have with me here in the studio my amazing friend who is also the CEO of Mark's Cake and Photography, Mrs. Chioma Rita Umeh. Welcome here with me. Thank you so much. Because I know your busy schedule and having to still make out time for us to do this. So we'll just be having a conversation basically, right? I want to know what's your background like? Let's start from the very first. Who is Mrs. Rita Chioma Umeh?
My background, the story is very long.
We're here, we have all day.
Long, but I'm going to cut it very short.
Okay.
Actually, my maiden name is Uyo Rita. I was born into a family of three girls, and I happen to be the first.
Yay!
I wasn't born with a golden spoon, with a silver spoon, but I actually had a spoon to eat with.
Praise the Lord.
It wasn't really easy going, but we existed, we lived, and everything went well from step to step. My parents actually traded themselves, so we're not poor, we are not super rich. We could actually afford basic things of life. We could afford education. But look at the background coming from extendedly. I wasn't too proud of it. It wasn't a proud one. So I just told myself, I'm going to make a difference in the society. So I had my primary degree. I was born and brought up in Akwa Ibom State.
Akwa Ibom song.
I was born and brought up in Akwa Ibom State, but I didn't grow up in Akwa Ibom State. God took me to the village to stay with my dad. My dad was sick. Okay. And he had to be in the village. I don't know, for some reason, whenever he comes to you, sickness will start.
Wow.
And when he goes back to the village, he will be normal. So we basically said, okay, let him
just stay in the village.
So after my primary education, we were like, okay, they will build me back to the village.
I really will build.
But then, I didn't stay in the village. Someone came and was looking for a maid to stay with them. So he said to take me to Asaba. That's how I started staying with my foster parents in Asaba. And for some reason, I wasn't raised like a maid in the house. It was a family. So they became parents to me. That's the majors. Shout out to the majors.
Shout out. Thank you so much.
They grew me into the woman I am today.
Amazing.
They grew me. We lived. Everything was perfect over there. Even though they were not super rich, we could also afford our basic things. We were pounding fufu. That's what we were selling, apple. But then they raised us with that, and then everyone is doing well. All the children, they are all doing well. So I grew up in Asaba. From there, education took me to Abia State.
It's like you taught the whole of Nigeria.
I have. So after my education, so okay, let me move over to Lagos. Where it is happening. Everybody's always talking about Lagos. I really wanted to go to Lagos. I really want to make it big in Lagos. So that's why I moved to Lagos, and that's where my passion.
When did you move to Lagos? Was it after high school?
Years after my high school, that was in 2019.
Okay.
While I was waiting for service.
Okay, after your university.
The COVID-19 and everything. made my service to Lagos. I said, okay, let me just move to
To
Lagos and look
Lagos,
for what to
the
do.
happening place, so that you can blow up there.
In my imagination, I was just like, once I get to Lagos,
What is it?
it was really funny, but I felt that going to Lagos was just the ultimate. I want, you know, I'm a good actress. I act very well, so I felt I'm going to meet with some super actors. I write scripts. I have interesting stories. So I'll just meet up with someone, and then before you know it, I'm just Nollywood.
Amazing.
That's just what I felt, but it didn't turn out that way. But I still felt happy that everything turned out the way God wanted.
Amazing. And this is really very instructive, you know, having the hopes. You went to Lagos. So how was it like for you in Lagos, and how did you come back to Uyo?
Okay, there in Lagos, I was actually looking for work, at least something to start with. But I really didn't get a befitting work for myself. I really didn't get what I wanted.
I mean, as a graduate.
The only options were cleaners,
Wow.
stuff like that. I was like, I can't actually do this. Not that I can't really do it, but I'm waiting for my service. And I have a bigger potential. So that's when the idea of furthering my passion came in. I was just baking for fun.
Wow.
And all that, but then I had to say, okay, let me go and professionalize my skill. That's when I went for professional training in baking, and it has brought me here.
I mean, that's why we're here. Mark Cakes is really, you know, doing amazing. It's one of the biggest in Uyo, and even the South in general. You have a massive studio. I know, but even your starting is powerful, and I must say that you're doing an amazing job. So I know that you're in the city of Uyo, you just launched in and all of that. What do you think about competition? You know, and how do you stay afloat? How do you, regardless of the competitors around, how do you still stand out?
The truth is, I really don't see competition. Because when I came into business, I didn't come into business to compete with anyone, rather to build along. We can coexist comfortably and even assist each other. So I don't really see anyone as a competition in the first place, even though there is a competition, but I don't see it. So I don't get threatened by anyone. I mean, I trust my competence. So I know I can deliver. So I really don't feel threatened by anyone. We don't have to, everything doesn't have to end in competition and things like that. We can actually come together and we can do something. Build a network. That is it. So when I came into business in India, I came in that, okay, bakers will come together. We'll work together. There are a lot of persons to serve. If I come in with competition, that means I won't be able to train my students very well. If I'm having that competitive mindset. So I won't each out everything to them. So I don't do that. I don't feel threatened at all. I feel we can coexist. And I feel what I need to do is my own strategy. What I can do. Then deliver the best myself. If you are giving out value to people, they will always come back to you. So I don't feel threatened at all by anyone or anything at all. So even my students, I would always tell them, there are people I will not meet. Then you will meet. Then you will meet. Those are your customers. I have my customers. You have yours. So the only thing I can do is know my own strategy on how to keep my customers with me. I mean, every other person will bake beautiful cakes. People will bake sweet cakes. Every other baker's cake is sweet. It is my customer service. It is my strategies that is now making my customers come back to me and even bring referrals. Amazing. So that's just it. So if I start feeling competition, that means I won't even do well. Because every other person's cake is sweet. That's just the truth. I won't come and start feeling this person's cake is not sweet. That's a lie. Their cake is sweet. Yeah. The difference is in what I do. Other spices I wish I cannot mention here. Those are my secrets. Those are my secrets.
But I do want you to share with us, especially for aspiring entrepreneurs or even entrepreneurs in business, you know, some strategies to keep afloat, some strategies they can launch out as business people to in any industry, whether in the baking industry or
I think the first thing is know the space you are going into. You need to have a knowledge of, okay, this is the business I want to do. How does it operate? Like when I wanted to really do baking as a business, I had to make proper research. Started following people I know are doing well in the business. I must not repeat a mistake that some other person did. If it took Dripple's cake, Dewdrop, Cake Village 15 years to actually get to where they are, it should take me lesser because these people have had experience and they are sharing their stories. So go out, listen to others, learn from their mistakes, then you know what to do. Take trainings, pay for it. And pay for mentorship from those already in the business. Buy books. Get yourself equipped for the
Invest
business.
in
Invest in yourself. No money is a waste. You might buy some and it might not really be of value, but I think there are. Someone like Trisha's business, I cannot afford that cost. But what I did was click on it, register my email, and every day, sometimes on a weekly basis, she sends me newsletters. And those newsletters have strategies in them.
That you deploy and use to make money.
So every day I'm going to go and check my mail. Trisha be send me a message. Every day I'm going to her YouTube channel. I'm going to her Instagram. I'm trying to check her strategies because she's always unleashing something. I'm getting value from following them. So there are a lot of business brands, a lot of coaches out there. So if you felt that you cannot actually maybe listen to someone, that means you will fail. So I listen to coaches, I watch, I research. So these are my advice to anybody that is coming up into business. You are entering a space that someone already existed. There is nothing you will do.
There's nothing you want
There
to
is
do.
nothing that you are the first to start. Nothing. If you check what someone has started it already. Someone must have had the idea, even though it did not go that big, but there is nothing we are going to start as a new thing on earth. Nothing. So whatever you are going into, get knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Amazing.
Knowledge is power. So when you don't get a proper knowledge about what you want to do, you will fail with it. But when you are well equipped,
And even when challenges come, because you know the know-how,
because
you know how to navigate.
you run about it and you know, oh, this one is just a normal thing. And when the abnormal comes, you seek for help.
Amazing.
When you are not the first to say, oh, this person didn't face this, so why am I? You seek for help and you know that you'll be able to navigate through it. So knowledge is power. Like everything that will go, you seek for help, you attend seminar, at the end of the day, you bring your knowledge.
And there you are, shining in all your glory. I would like to ask, because I know that this is the same question that a lot of persons who have heard your story would want to ask. How did you transition from being a stay-at-home mom? You were focused on your number one ministry, which is motherhood. But then, how did you come out of it to being this amazing entrepreneur, doing this amazing stuff, even training people and catering for big events for their kids and all of that? How did you make that transition process?
The truth is, for me, I've never been a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
I've been at home, but I was not just being
Doing
idle at
nothing.
home. So I was busy with a lot of things already. I was always making my soul. I was also baking from home. I was baking from home, even though the order wasn't coming in much, because a lot of persons really look down on stay-at-home workers. If you're working from home, they think you can't give birth. It wasn't forthcoming, and during my maternity leave, that had a toll on me because I had to stop so many things. But then my spirit was always working, because right in my spirit I'm checking what am I going to do next? What am I bringing out next? What next step am I taking? Everything. So I wasn't just relaxed at home.
I was working from home, I was busy, I was training myself, I was attending programs and things I know will equip me for the greater future I was preparing for. Because even while I was at stay-at-home, it was just a moment. It was a moment I needed to, because giving birth, just got married, the maternity leave and everything, so it was required I would be at home. But already I know I was not going to be a stay-at-home mom. So I was always preparing for the type of wife I want to be, type of mother I want to be. So we're doing a lot of things. So when I was at home, I actually started producing my soap. Yeah. So even though my husband was against it initially because of the little profit and everything, I had to actually convince him. I said, okay, let me just make it for home use. From there, I had to convince him, let's start selling the soap. Never can tell, the little 5 naira, for me, it's a big profit for me, it's a big blow for me than the one that someone is giving me, because this is my sweet, this is my hustle. I worked and I ate this. I can actually afford anything with it. So it was like kind of no. It just took time, consistency. I just had to let's
And
do
then you
let's
saw
do
how good you were, and then
When I finished making this soup, it was like, wow, like you can actually make this kind of soup. So he was not expecting it. So when he actually saw the quality, everything, he was impressed. So we had to come up with the brand name Mark.
Wow.
So we just had to sleep over it with thought and everything. That's how Mark existed. We started selling soap. From soap I had to add car wash. From car wash I had to make toilet wash.
Wow.
And I still many things coming up. Yeah, so even while as a start home, I was already preparing my mind for where I wanted to be. I had a lot of visions for myself. And even while I was in school, I was already an entrepreneur. I was selling my granules. I was selling changing. I was doing POS. I was doing laundry. I was selling shirts. And how did I come about the shirts? My husband, then a boyfriend, actually had a tailor in Accra. So the guy makes his shirts. I went to do waving and I had to discuss with him, can you produce for me to sell?
Wow.
So he will make a shirt, I will sell, take my profit and then give him back his money. That was just, it was a big business for me.
Wow.
It was a big business for me. So even as the bio came, I was an entrepreneur. I'd always wanted to be a boss. I've always wanted to be a boss. So I lived my life according to where I want to go to. I lived my life according to my dreams. So even though my family was actually an average family, I was not seeing myself as my family. Money was not actually a hindrance for me. Even when I did not have money, I was rich. I knew I was rich because the word of God already made me understand that I'm rich. So I was living my life according to my belief. I was living my life according to the future I see.
Not necessarily the
Not
background,
no,
and
not
what was
at all.
around you at the time.
Not at all. Like what was happening in my background had nothing on me. It had nothing on how I saw myself. And that's how I was also carrying myself. So even when my family did not actually belong, I was belonging already. I was finding myself in the circle of all those persons that would inspire me to be equal. So I was making friends with those that can push me.
Give you that confidence to be like, you know what, regardless of where I'm from, I'm pushing all the way, I'm standing out as an entrepreneur, and I'm doing my very best.
Okay, the first will be quicker with I read people's stories on books. I get my inspiration from those that have started poorly and then are doing work for themselves. I mean, if they do, but someone like Jonathan, he shared his story. So if he could become a president of Nigeria from his small background, why not me? I can be anything. And then the word of God already made us to understand that he knew me even before he formed me. The only thing I'm a choosing generation. So when I read my Bible on daily basis, I get my inspiration that I can be greater even if I can do it. I can be better if I can start manifesting who I want to be. So I started manifesting the person I want to be tomorrow, even then.
And it is very instructive, and it's not just motivational. Because I remember you saying that even when you were at home and you didn't necessarily know that you were going to open a shop yet, I mean, this kind of vision, you were already imagining yourself in the office, where
I was always saying it on daily basis when I get my shop. When I get my shop. So even when the money was not there, I knew the money would come. I knew I'm going to have my shop, irrespective of the day. Irrespective of how things were, I was always positive that this is just a process. So I'm taking it step at a time. And I was buying some things I needed little
At that
by
time.
little. Whenever I make a cake for someone, I don't take the money. I buy the food that I need. So I was buying things that I needed. I was training myself. I was watching YouTube videos and keeping myself ready.
There's been only like overnight success. Like I can see you now. You know, I was at your launch of this massive place, and people just feel like, oh, this thing just happened. And they didn't know that even when it didn't seem like you were actually working
The same night. Yes. I remember the first time my husband talked about the show. He needed the list of what I needed. So when I gave him my list, he knew that it was not inside. I had my dreams.
The starting time of the process.
I had my dreams. I know what I want. I know how I want it. So I was not in a hurry. I would have just maybe rushed to the end of and pick a small kiosk and start. No. That means I had my target audience. I know the kind of persons I want to serve. So my shop must look like this. My shop must look. So when you call me and I charge you, you will know that it's
What
worth
it is.
it. So, but if I was still in one kiosk, I'm not looking down on those persons. No. We all start somewhere. But when you know your dream, when you have your target market, you know how to strategize. So I was strategizing and waiting for the right time. I did not rush things at all.
It just sort of like reminds me of a quote I see online. I think it was sponsored by TV that was around where she said, dream, God can fund you.
You can fund any dream because when I was in school, I lived in a one bedroom with my roommates, we shared toilet and everything. But then whenever we are discussing, I would tell my landlady that I can't wait for when I will come down from my air-conditioned house, to my air-conditioned car, I'll get to my air-conditioned office, I'll have staff around me.
She will be laughing at you by then.
She would just laugh, Chioma, and your dream, but that was my dream. Listen, that was my dream, and because I had this dream, I knew my background is not well enough to actually push me. I was pushing myself, and I was now strategizing the type of friends I had. I needed someone that would help me. It also made me to actually plan my life, even in terms of marriage. I need to marry someone that can buy my vision, someone that will not be threatened by the type of dreams I had because I'm not a global person.
Yes, so
That's just it. So even while in my poor background, even while in my one bedroom, it was kind of
every decision you were taking was not based on
it was intentional.
It was based on the vision that was God has given you.
That was just it. I was intentional about everything I do. I was intentional about representing who I want to be. When I go to get clothes, I can remember one certain time someone told me about your fashion sense. I would laugh. He wouldn't actually know that I picked those clothes from Brooklyn. I argued like I was always looking corporate. I was always looking like, when you see me in school, you feel like, whose daughter is that? You wouldn't know that my parents don't have anything. But I was not living a fake life. I think that's what people call fake life, but it's not fake life, it's manifestation of who you want to be. So I was carrying myself. I was not stealing. I was providing for myself. I was working. I was doing my business. I had some students that were standing, all those big time students that don't want to do anything. Fine, I'll come to your house.
Wow, even as a student, you were
yes. I was working with my fellow students. I called them money because they had the money, even though we were in the same level. I was getting what I wanted. So we were doing exchange. You give me what I want, I give you what you can do for yourself. So I wash their place, wash their clothes, make their food, make the house for them. And they were taking care of every of my needs. So I was living comfortably fine. And I was working for it. So I wait for what I wanted. So I've always known what I wanted even before I got to it. So I was always prepared. You know, if you are not prepared, by the time it comes, you won't be able to handle it, you won't be able to handle it. So I was always prepared for being an entrepreneur. I was always prepared that I will not always be at home, even as a mother. So one of the things I did was seek help. You don't know how strong you are until they need you to be strong. So I went for help. I actually have an assistant. Before now, I don't like dating kids. I like doing everything on my own. And this perfection is that, will this person do it well? But now, I have to know things, monitor the person, see how the person is doing it. And now I can actually leave my house with my sister, and she will handle everything. I'm sure someone is doing it to me. But I can't be there and be there at the same time. So I learned to delegate. So while I was transitioning, I had to plan out myself. It was not really a big challenge for me because I know it's something I'll definitely do. I mean, I can't start and I'll do what? I'll just be in the house and you come back and you walk up home. I'll be taking care of it. So it was never ever a dream for me. Be in the house for me. It was not anything for me.
So I'd like to know, I mean, this is just like 3 months opening this massive, how has it been like for you and motherhood? And I would like to know, and more than I'm sure that you know, other people who are watching this, well, other commitment, maybe not motherhood. How have you been able to balance being a mother who has been 100% at home, catering for the needs of her husband, the mother, and the family, and son, the partner, and now having a business that requires your attention? How have you been able to manage it in terms of time management, in terms of pressure, stress, and all of that?
And the truth is, I would not face very easy. It's not easy at all. But families are causing ministry, and that's a personal. So some of the things I do to make sure that you have the people. I can't use what I do before. Okay. I have friends that I do before. Then I have some person that I'm quickly call to help me get the heavy data. I prepare my food and I store. Most times I have
You don't think every want to have breakfast. Fresh food.
what is fresh food? You have to go and make it yourself. Because I can't anyway, before I got married, was one of the getting married, so he was already prepared for it.
Yeah.
And thank God for the kind of husband I'm married to. He has been supportive. Without my own need to be that easy. He has always been supportive, he has been understanding. So sometimes we close early and we're able to eat by 6 fine. The day you're able to eat by 10, you still understand that that's what time you're talking for. Sometimes I go to bed late. It's not easy, honestly, but with determination you can do anything. Once you are determined to do something, so sometimes I have to sleep there. Sometimes I even have to wake up in the midnight. Not having a baby, a year-old baby. In the midnight, you wake up, you have to wake up and listen. Even when I sleep, I can't remember the last time I slept by 10 p.m.
Wow.
My sleep time has always been from 12 to 1. Because even when I get home, I have to train. I'm training myself so I'm able to train others. I don't just step back with the knowledge I already have. Things are involved. So I'm always on training every night. I have videos to edit. So many things to do. So I'll be showing myself to lose some comfort from now. I mean, it's not going to be forever.
Wow.
My child is growing. So that comfort is still comfort when it is necessary. But for now, I have to sacrifice a lot of things. So it just takes sacrifice to balance it.
And knowing what's the priority for time, like you said, family to
Family is
priority.
my first. So my family is very comfortable. My baby is always been good. I don't even feel comfortable leaving him out, except with his dad. So I'm always having time with my child, whatever I can do. I said I also have to delegate duties. I have people working in the office, and I have at home also. I can't do everything. So you must seek help. When I wake up in the morning, I know what I'm doing. My sister is staying with me, knows what she's doing. My husband knows what he's doing in the morning. So everyone must be up and doing. So if you don't want to do, you have to employ someone to do it. So I delegate my duties. I seek help. Like I go for help when I know I need it. Whenever I know I need help, I seek for it. I don't want to be a superwoman, please.
No, I think that there's also misconception about being a superwoman. I think that a superwoman is a one who's able to do things that she's supposed to do as a superwoman.
That means I'm a superwoman.
So you are, because
it.
you're doing what you're supposed to do, regardless of whether you're delegating outsourcing. I think that this notion of being a Jackie in quotes, being a superwoman, being able to do, it has sort of like, it's a misconception that Africans have. You don't necessarily have to stress yourself to the point where you're breaking down. And that's why you see that some people are less productive, they are producing less results than they should, because they are focusing on things they shouldn't even focus on. Like I always say,
know your strengths.
Exactly.
You should know, I know my strengths. I know what I can do.
And focus
I know
on
what I
that.
can't do.
Focus
Even
on
what I
that.
feel I can do. If I can afford, let my body do it for me. I can.
Exactly. And then that makes you to minor on the minor and major on the major. So the things that require your energy, your expertise, your mental work, your emotional work, and everything, you are focusing on those things that give you a higher level of result while you outsource the remaining. I think that this is something you want to do. If you're a mom, or even if you're not, and you see yourself having different expressions, ask yourself, what is important at time? What is my priority at this time? And please remember that something can be urgent, doesn't necessarily make it important. So what is my important activity? And focus on that. And then if your money can do the work for you, the other part, please by all means outsource it. Delegate duty. You mentioned that at some point you think that you're the only one who can do
Honestly, even my husband, there are some things I can't tell him to do. Why those things are waiting? I will be struggling
because you
to finish this and come and be like, it was not helpful for me because I was stressing myself more than I'm supposed to when I can simply ask for help. So what I do now is ask for the help, then monitor it. I just supervise how is it being done. If you are not doing it, it's okay. If you are not doing it, do it this way. But I'm now outsourcing it. I can't come and kill myself.
At all.
So I think there are a lot of persons out there, even though you're a perfectionist, you can monitor the stuff. And monitor whatever someone is doing for you. And you still get your best result. I'll just try people. Just let them try. If not, you'll break down, honestly. And being in the industry, it's not easy, but they're using your strength. Sometimes you can work till midnight.
And you're standing or sitting.
You are standing.
Turning and all of that.
Because sitting is not an option. You must be standing somewhere. So if I'm not assaulting the household, how am I going to do? Maybe I'm closing by 10. That's when I come and start cooking.
Wow.
Then my baby eats different things from me. I'm still the one to make his food. Now come and make family meals. So it's not easy.
That's a
whole lot. So just ask for help when you need it. That's once you have help, you can do anything. Once you have help, that was even the Bible actually saw that I can't do it and God made me. So why should we ask for help? I should do it.
Amazing. And then when you were talking a few minutes ago, you mentioned something about skills, how you go back home and then you have to train yourself. And I'm like, oh wow, this is a big time maker. You're even training people, because I know that you opened up training side, and then you still have staff, you have people working under you, yet you see the need to still upskill. Please tell me, what is the need, to upskill in this your business? So generally, especially if once you've gotten to this level where you feel like you are good.
The truth is, there is no climax of success. You can't say, okay, I've gotten to this level, so I don't need knowledge anymore. That people are still better than me. Even those that are better than me are still going for training, so why shouldn't I equip myself? Life is evolving, the baking industry is evolving. You cannot excel in 2021 or in 2023 with knowledge you had 2015. You won't go far. So even when I'm training, I'm equipping myself to be a good teacher. If I come out and then my student will show me a design and I can't do it, what makes me better than them? What makes me their teacher? So I keep equipping myself because I need to stay ahead. I need to balance up. I need to be in charge of whatever that is happening. I need the knowledge of what is happening. Now people are better than me. I'm just starting. So no matter the knowledge I have, I've trained for like 5 times already, and I'm still training. If I can afford to travel out to train, I will. I will, because it is my skill that will make me stand before kings. It is how well I am, it is how good I am. So I can't just relax with the knowledge I have when there are better and better knowledge than I have. So that's what keeps me afloat. And that's one of my strategies. I'm sorry I'm actually giving that, but that's one of my strategies. There are a lot of bakers that don't go for upgrade. They just relax with the knowledge they have. As long as I can cover fondant, it's okay. As long as I can cover a buttercream, it's okay. But it's not. There's a lot of things going on now. In fact, baking now is like an artwork. There are a lot of creative designs. You just don't assume you know it. Until you do it, you don't know it. And how can you do it when you practice it and when you learn it?
Amazing.
Once I try to do a particular thing and it's not working, I'll just tell myself it's not yet time. I don't say maybe I will not do it again. I'll still go back to it when it is time. Sometimes you just rush things. This is what we want to do. And there's how God works with us differently. There's how God works with me particularly. If something is not yet time, no matter what I do, it will not. And eventually when it's now time for it, I'll just see it come naturally. I don't see it through. So sometimes we want to outrun ourselves, like we want to just think and let it just happen. And God will just
we want everything to happen at the same time.
And now, I'm seeing myself, but that's not how God works.
Process, timing, what takes you through that.
And most times it is not even how we see ourselves that God sees us. International, whether in your home, whether in your small space, as long as you're flexing that whatever you're doing, you are living your fulfillment. So most times we feel it's until we start doing big things, start having that big name. Like I had stories to tell people, but I would always say when the time is right.
When is the right time? This is Rita Chioma Umeh, the CEO of Markets and Photography. I've had such an amazing time out with you having a conversation. So just give us final words to people on resilience. I know it's not easy. People have dreams. People have things they are doing. A lot of young persons are also pressured. You know, how can they live above the pressure and push life one step at a time? Just give us
who is pressurizing them?
Oh, right.
Because every pressure is you. The world is not pressurizing you. You are the one pressurizing yourself. You are the one that wants to do what someone is doing and you don't even know their pathways. So the pressure is you. Nobody is pushing you. You are the one pushing yourself. And most times, if you want to push yourself, let it be on the positive side, not on the negative. Like after our lunch, someone reached out to me like that she went to go and learn a skill after she came from the know that I really motivated her. So you can take every motivation in a positive side. Why are you pressurizing yourself? What do you want to actually achieve? Is it for the social media life, or are you really achieving something? You know, it's two different things. That you appear as an achiever and to really be an achiever yourself. There are a lot of persons that might appear that, oh, you have this, you have that. It's just appearance. But real life is actually existing. So the pressure that we are mounting on ourselves somehow is unnecessary. Just take the process. Allow yourself to flow. Allow your help to come.
Wow.
Just get yourself prepared. If you are not prepared, the opportunity might come and you miss it. That's just it. So get yourself prepared and then believe in yourself. I honestly was not pressured by anyone. I was admiring a lot of things.
Even when you are told, even when you didn't have
I was admiring who I want to be. I was admiring those that are achieving it already and then waiting for my time. There's a time for everything. If I was rushing, I wouldn't be here. I must have failed. If I rushed into success, you will rush out of it as well. But when we take the process, so I don't think when people say, how do you handle pressure? Like, what's pressure? I am the one to tell myself I'm pressured or not. I'm the one to allow whatever anyone is doing gets to me in a negative way. So my advice to anyone out there, stop being pressurized by yourself because nobody is pressurizing you. The truth is, we pressurize ourselves. Nobody's pushing us. We can just take it one step per time. Just allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to flow. Imagine seeing a 50-year-old man driving a Benz and you in your 20s you want to drive the same Benz. You want to jump the process. And that's the pressure we are talking about. You are not pressurizing yourself. Because he has paid his due process. He has done everything he's supposed to do and he's in his 50s. Don't get me wrong, a 20-year-old who is doing well can actually get the results. But that's if they have what they are doing. And thank God the tech world is also helping us. Just get yourself equipped. There are a lot of things you can do. Some persons can do now. Graphic design, like you can skill up yourself and you do perfectly without owning a space. So you don't even need a big space to do anything. From the comfort of your home, you can be making your money. So even as a stay-at-home mom, you can't tell me, okay, because you're at home, you can't make money. There are a lot of things you can do to make money. So you don't get yourself unnecessarily pressured by anyone. And what is pressurizing us? Fashion. Just money. The things that we call pressure don't really
want to prepare people.
So that's just it. So we are just pressurized by social media life, which might not be real life. In fact, which is not real life. So all I can say finally is to every young person out there, get yourself prepared. The future you see, you have to prepare yourself for it.
No.
Get yourself prepared for opportunities. And if you know anything you can do, start it and let someone
start now.
Just start first.
People can support and patronize
what they don't see. Yes, if you can sew, start somewhere. If you have that skill, start somewhere. Let someone else see, oh, if this person can actually do this with less equipment and all that, what can they actually now do if they have that access? Someone can come in to invest in you.
True.
And the social media life is helping us very, very well. So even though we take it in a negative aspect, social media is helping people positively. A lot of business have expanded through. But a lot of persons we have, their store is social media, just online markets. And that's what they're selling. So why are you pressurizing yourself? You can produce this chinchin and you package it and still sell it. I saw someone that sold udara online.
Wow!
Udara! I was like, and people were patronizing, that's the funny thing. All the way from Cotonou.
Wow.
She was sending udara down to Nigeria. One year global Mrs. Chioma, she's bad. And she's exporting it out of
So it doesn't even
Nigeria.
necessarily need to be something big or
It doesn't have to be
fancy.
something big. The main thing is how you package that little that you are doing. She's now a very big business tutor, like she's teaching people and how to do everything. So she started somewhere. She just didn't start. So if she had looked down on her, the path now she was telling us taking her global.
What are you looking down on? What is in your hands
There
that you're
is
waiting
no
to
skill
start
that
next?
is like a lot of us just want to do that big. We just want it big.
We want it glamorous before we can.
Just want that big space and everything, but you have to start somewhere. That's just the truth.
Amazing.
You have to start somewhere. So just start. Even if you are selling akara, you can package the akara and it will be so nice that people will patronize. So no matter how little whatever you are selling is, make use of social media. I think any young person that is not making use of their social media is not ready to explore. Because I've gotten customers just via social media. And one thing I noticed was anytime I post my cake, I'll get a buyer. Anytime I post,
market and shamelessly market.
whenever I am posting, most times I'll just enter cake and I'll see someone. Anytime I'm not driving and I take a public transport. In fact, I think that's what I want to be doing. I don't want to be driving
so
again.
that you can publicize and market.
I am telling you about my product. I am getting your WhatsApp contact immediately because telling you about it is not enough. You will leave and forget. I want you to be seeing my post.
Your
So that's
WhatsApp
as a reminder. So I'm going out to meet persons. I am changing. In fact, I am now in a big networker.
Yes,
I'm telling you about my
marketing.
business. I'm directing you where it is. If it means paying for your transport, I'll just pay. I've sowed a seed. And so you, whenever you see me, I post, that lady that paid transport for me, you come to patronize me one day.
See strategy.
Then, so the main thing is just let's start. Whatever we are doing, nothing is too small. I remember there was a time baking was a looked down on business.
But now, look at
everybody wants to be a baker today. In fact, I've changed the name. Some of us will say, I'm a bake artist, I'm a cake artist, I'm a cake designer. We are now teaching the name, but at the end of the day, we are bakers.
Yes, amazing.
And so there was a time it was just something for the housewives. People looked down on it, but today it was people that actually made baking industry to now look so beautiful that everybody wants to come in.
Amazing. Amazing. This has been so instructive. The conversation with you has been so real as it can get, and I like how it's simple, everyday, real strategies that you shared, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, ma'am, for having this conversation. We're looking forward to the amazing things that Mark Cakes and Photography is doing. Like you said, it's going to be a household name, and it's just a subsidiary of the massive.
If you please kicking it in your walls when you wake up, please.
Amazing. So do want to follow us everywhere at Mark Cakes and Mark Photography. There are different pages for that. Thank you so much, ma. Do have an amazing.
And please do patronize us.
Yes, patronize us. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching Voices with Victoria. Please like, leave a comment, subscribe and share. Cheers!